Welcome one and all to Lilac Talks Dubs. This is the little show where I either talk about a recent dub announcement or I take on a series that fairly recently had a dub and I previously reviewed it and I decided to talk about the dub again, and you know how this works by now. Today's gonna be one of those days again, because I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Because today, because of the announcement that came out, and because I had to bring someone in, I brought back Miss Megan to help me out with today. She sounds a little off, but that's okay.
Yeah, as of this recording, I just came back from a convention in Florida called Florida Anime Experience, and I was guesting there, so my voice is a little shot from all the crap I did this weekend.
Yeah, we're literally recording this like a few hours after she got back.
I think so. I just got out of the car about like an hour ago.
Oh, yay. So, anyway, so the dub announcement we're gonna have fun with today is something that Megan and I have been wanting to know about for forever. Probably since the series came out last year, more than likely, and that is for Noragami. So...
Do we want to explain what we were going to do for this?
We may as well. So initially what came out of this was, we initially had made a bet, as to see who would get the most dub predictions correct for this casting. And whoever wins, the loser was gonna have to send them food from their home state. So, for example, if Megan were to win, I would have had to send food specifically known in Maine to her. And if I were to win, she would have had to send stuff from Florida to me. So...
It would have been like oranges and Hooters wing sauce.
Nice. I was gonna send you Moxie and whoopie pies, so that's okay.
Somebody was like, get her to send you lobsters. And I'm like, that's expensive and mean.
About to say, that's expensive. No way in hell am I gonna do that. I'm sorry. I love you, but not that
much.
But we kind of had to call the bet off, because we had found out, I think maybe a couple weeks ago, when the actual release date for the series was on DVD. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll look at my dub predictions within the next few days, because I've been busy with other things. The dub announcement came out the next day. I had no time to relook at my predictions. I do have some, I just haven't made any adjustments to them since, like, months ago. So I was like, Megan?
And I think, right back, I was like, yeah, I didn't finish mine either.
So we unfortunately, we had to call the bet off. But I'm pretty sure it was either gonna end up tied, or I was gonna be the one who lost.
I'm pretty sure that you actually probably would have won.
I don't know about that, because none of my predictions are correct.
I maybe have one name in the show right.
Well, the only thing I may have possibly gotten points for was the director, but we'll get to that in a second.
See, I didn't even do that.
Well, I didn't officially do it, but I was thinking about it. And I was like, maybe I can get points for it. So, anyways, how this is gonna work is how it's normally gonna happen. We're gonna go through the announcement, talk about our predictions, since we did make some compared to when I did the Danganronpa video a couple weeks ago. Talk about who was actually cast, our opinions on it, and what we think of it, and that's the basic gist of it. So, why don't we start, as always, at the bottom of the list with the ADR Director and the scriptwriter. So, going back to my little possible bonus points for this, in terms of director, because I was actually thinking about this the day we heard about the release date. I was like, who could possibly direct this? And I was like, my personal preference was Mike McFarland. But then I was like, no, I don't think this is too high profile of a show for it to go to him. So I was like, who else could do it? And I was like, I guess I would be okay with Zach Bolton or Christopher Bevins directing it. I don't even know why I started predicting directors. I was like, this is new to me. So I was like, I would be okay with those two, though personal preference would be Mike McFarland, because that's always, like, the dream director to have with these kinds of things.
Basically.
At this point in time. It is. And then scriptwriter, I'm like, nope, not even bothering with that one. Though I did kind of consider one person, which
Who'd you consider, is my question.
The same person who ended up getting it, actually.
So...
Which is So, in actuality, the scriptwriter is Bonnie Clunkenbeard. And lo and behold, my personal preference for director came true, because it's Mike McFarland.
So
Yay!
basically, if you really liked the writing recently, I guess Bonnie did Death Parade, if I'm correct?
Yes, Bonnie did Death Parade. I believe she did Rolling Girls as well.
I'm gonna admit I haven't watched Rolling Girls. I haven't gotten the time to.
I watched the simulcast of it, and I watched 2 episodes of the broadcast dub. It's a decent series, in my opinion. It's just that it kind of draws itself out for too long. It doesn't exactly go anywhere by the end. That's my problem with it. But, the dub, as far as I know of, was rather solid. But, yeah. We have Mike McFarland and Bonnie coming in here. I'm okay with it. I'm excited.
I know I'm pretty okay with Bonnie, because I got a lot more familiar with her in Death Parade, and I really liked the writing on Death Parade. It seemed very good, and was also very good at breaking my heart into teeny tiny little pieces.
Or wanting you to kick the crap out of people.
Oh, fuck you, Detective Man.
Damn it, Kent Williams, you're an asshole.
But, I think that it'll be good for Noragami, because Noragami does walk this really odd, fine line between being absolutely hilarious and absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah, and there's a lot of...
Sometimes it can go from, like, one to the other in, like, a snap.
Yeah. And then there's also those, cultural elements of it, and considering Bonnie is more of, like, a straight, faithful, like, adaptation in terms of her writing, it's gonna work really well here.
Yeah, this is a series that I would prefer for it to stay a little bit more closer to it with its use of mythology and naming, which is kind of a big thing in the story, is people's names for certain characters. So it's something where I think that taking too many liberties would be a little bit weird.
Yeah, like, taking it and going, like, in a completely different direction with it, you can't do that with this one, unfortunately. I mean, I know there's humor in it, but you can only go so far with some of the mythological and cultural elements. Like, you can't just, like, go into, like, left field with it. And, of course, Mike McFarland, this is a no-brainer. I mean, like, especially since I've been picking up on his work lately with, like, Tokyo Ghoul and Attack on Titan. Those 2 especially. He directed a good amount of episodes for Funimation's One Piece back in the day. I think he's still at least involved, but not directing it outright. And then obviously the big one, Anything and Everything Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
Yeah, and if you hadn't seen FMA or anything, and you've been watching the simulcast dubs of Tokyo Ghoul Route A, he's been doing a fantastic job, and especially in the latter half of causing a lot of angry breaking sounds.
Oh my god, that was me last week. Watching, what was it? It was episode 10, I think.
Yeah, and that's not even the worst part that's coming, and I won't say anything else.
Please don't, because as of right now, I didn't finish watching the simulcast, because I decided to opt to just follow the broadcast up, so I don't know how this ends at this point. And by the end of episode 10, I'm pretty sure I was, like, slamming my desk and, like, wanting to flip tables and kill things with fire. I'm like, no!
How dare you? First of all, how dare you?
And then I think, I went on Twitter at one point. It was either that same night or, like, the week before. And I tweeted to Mike McFarland, J. Michael Tatum, Monica Rial, and Josh Greeley, because McFarland and Tatum are directors, and Rial and Greeley are the writers for it. And I'm pretty sure I said something to the extent of, I hate you, but also love you at the same time for making me want to kill things. And I'm pretty sure Monica favorited that one at the very
I think my favorite thing was the reference to Planet of the Apes in that show.
Oh my god, I remember
you
that.
You damn dirty ape!
I remember that. And
A+, 10 out of 10 on writing skills, kids.
I'm done. I when I heard that, I was like, to Monica and Josh, I'm like, okay, which one of you wrote the damn dirty ape line? Come on, fess up.
Bow wow wow.
Never got an answer to that one. I'm like, damn it.
Bow wow wow.
I'll figure this out one of these days, and I'm gonna.
I'm gonna get to see one of them next month, so I will ask him.
Oh, you're gonna see Josh next month?
Yes, I will be seeing Josh. I will actually be seeing I'll be seeing a couple of people who are in this show and the director next month, too.
Oh, that's right, because you'll be seeing McFarlane and I think Tyndall, right?
I'll be seeing, next month at Omni Expo, I will be seeing McFarlane, Josh Greeley, and if they're in this cast, I will mention if I see them or not.
Okay.
So if you want
That's
to,
fair.
put in the comment section if you want me to ask them things. Or I will take fan questions.
Just nothing about weird shipping. Because we had a
Please,
discussion.
no!
We had a discussion about this before we started recording, and we're not gonna go there. Not right now.
Not right now.
So, obviously we're happy about the director and the scriptwriter here. So, no brainer. Moving on. For the next several characters, I figured we could just pair them off.
Yeah, the show is very weird about that everyone kind of comes in like a little duo or a trio.
Yeah, and like the way the cast announcement was structured, they're kind of paired off anyway, in a sense. So it makes the most sense to pair them off in this, except for the last three, which are obviously going to be left separate. So the first two, Bishamon and Kazuma, they are the first two. It's been a year since I've seen the show, but Bishamon is
Flying lions and the most badass bitch in the show.
pretty much. And then Kazuma is one of her not followers. What the heck is the right word for it?
I think that, oh my god, I think it's like Shinkai or something.
That might be what it is.
Whatever, Kazuma's adorable, and I'm sorry, they are adorable together. I'm sorry, I ship this. I'm sorry. As we talk about shipping, I ship. In disclosure, I've read the manga. Bishamon Kazuma is like OTP material here.
If it makes you feel any better, I looked on Google Images while grabbing images to prep for editing this video, and there's a big OTP for that. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yes!
Anyway, so predictions. So Bishamon, who did you think was going to be Bishamon?
I actually had two names for this, both of which were completely wrong. My choices for Bishamon were, in full disclosure, I was also watching Kami-sama Kiss, like, right when I did this, were
nice.
Lydia McKay or Jamie Markey.
Okay, I could see either of them. I only had one, and it's neither of the ones you picked. I had Colleen Clonkenbeard.
That would have been really cool.
Colleen would have been a fun one, considering, like, her character of Urza in Fairy Tail. I think it would be kind of similar, except a little bit more tougher.
Yeah, a little bit more
Urza.
tougher, and this season you don't really see the vulnerability to that character. Next season, because there is a confirmed second season,
yay!
You'll be seeing what is called the Bishamon arc in the manga, and it is my favorite part of the series.
I'm excited for the next season, because this show, I would have been okay if it didn't have a second season, but I feel like the way it left off, it needed one, personally.
Yeah.
That was my thought, and I'm excited to see it happen. As for Kazuma, who were you thinking?
You'll actually be quite surprised who I had as Kazuma, because it's actually Micah Solusad. I had him as Kazuma because I thought, oh, he's kind of the cute glasses character,
That is interesting.
A little bit more soft-spoken, particularly, but still kind of like he knows what he's doing. But that's considering you love Micah Solusad and his work so much, that is a little surprising. However, I also do love Kazuma, but not as much as other characters in this show.
Yeah, but like, I also pegged Micah as Kazuma, but I also put J. Michael Tatum in there. I feel like that, like, stereotypical Tatum role, he would have been fine with it. But I kind of would have preferred Micah. It would have been a lot of fun. But not happening on either front. So Bishamon is being voiced by Elizabeth Maxwell, and Kazuma, big surprise for me here, is being voiced by Eric Vale. I did not think that Eric Vale was going to be anywhere near this dub, to be perfectly honest.
Or if he was, he wasn't going to be Kazuma.
Right. I thought, like, maybe a different minor character, but, like, Kazuma, I'm like, what? He turning into he's turning into the person who has to be the obligatory glasses character. Because of this and Nishiki from Tokyo Ghoul. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but Kazuma isn't as big of a bag of dicks as Nishiki can be.
That's fair.
Kazuma is far, far nicer than Nishiki is.
No. And here's something hilarious. One of the new spring shows, Ultimate Otaku Teacher. Like, I watched the first few episodes and I'm like, you know what would be funny is having Eric Vale voice the main character, who is a glasses-wearing character, who is also an otaku, just for the shits and giggles. Like, just watching it. And apparently I'm not the only one who thinks that, because Hardy thinks that too. I'm like, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. It's not my fangirling ways. But, Elizabeth Maxwell, she's one, at least for me, I haven't talked about in a while, and she actually hasn't done a lot. To be perfectly honest.
The only thing that I've watched her really in is Attack on Titan, but then again, Ymir doesn't really talk much in the first season.
Right. She's Ymir from Attack on Titan. She's Makoto Kusanagi for Ghost in the Shell Arise, which, by the way, I did watch the first 2 OVA episodes, and I think it's pretty solid, personally. I think it's a good successor to Mary McGlynn's Kusanagi. That's just my opinion. And she's actually recently been announced for Soul Eater Not as Clay.
No, she's not Clay. That was a mix-up on their website. Clay is Bryce Papenbrook.
I was trying to make a stupid joke. I was trying to make a joke and you ruined it.
I'm sorry. My brain is fried. I'm like, but Clay is a dude and a sword, and he has to be Bryce, because Bryce has finally gone full circle from playing a sword-wielding Mary Sue to becoming an actual sword.
Yeah, the joke, if you haven't caught on, was with the Soul Eater Not announcement, which was actually a couple days ago, there was a mix-up with Shaula Gorgon and Clay. And the original announcement, apparently, Bryce Papenbrook was going to be Shaula, and Elizabeth Maxwell was Clay. And everyone was like, what? and I literally tweeted to Funimation, I'm like, is Papenbrook really going to be Shaula? Because that would be the funniest thing I've ever seen, no offense, but it's Elizabeth Maxwell playing Shaula. Considering there's not much in her repertoire as of now, because I only know her for Attack on Titan and Ghost in the Shell Rise at this point, I think it's definitely going to be interesting. I think it's a good fit.
I think this might get her out a little bit more, because this was, comparatively, I know Ghost in the Shell Rise is probably not, it might be popular, but I don't know. Attack on Titan, really popular, playing a character that literally, her name is never said once in the first season.
Right, Ymir, like, Attack on Titan's a big show, but Ymir has, like, no involvement, really, in that first season.
Yeah, she's more of a second season
character. So it's very hard
character.
for her to get out there.
And then, this character is, Bishamon's not as much in the first season, but she does a lot more than Ymir would do. So I think this might make her a little more familiar in her books.
Personally, because I did watch, Ghost in the Shell Rise. Like I said, I think it's a good successor to Mary McGlynn's from Standalone Complex. Because in this one, it's a younger Makoto Kusanagi. But so far, they've only dubbed the first 2 films, quote-unquote, or OVA episodes. The other 2 haven't been dubbed yet. And this season, there's actually Ghost in the Shell Arise Alternative, which is basically a slight retelling of the OVA series. Like an edited version, except the last 2 episodes are going to be new material, if I remember right. So, they haven't done a lot with the dub for that yet. But I feel like she fits there, and I feel like Noragami will definitely put her out there a little bit more. A lot more than Attack on Titan has, and maybe even Ghost in the Shell has at this point. It's like I'm about to say, I don't think Soul Eater Not will do that, but that's just my opinion. And, and Eric Vale, we all know, has been around for a while.
It's really funny that he's doing Cosmo, and I'm like, I never thought I'd see the day Eric Vale would go that soft-spoken, and then again, he's Precious Shina from Yona.
I know, and it's wonderful, and I love it. Precious
Shina.
I love
Too
it.
Too pure
and
and good for this world. Shina is best dragon, but Yoon is best human.
Yes, Shina is best dragon, and Eric Vale makes it so adorable. Because for that, before that, I had not seen him go like soft spoken since like Fruits Basket.
And that was a long-ass time ago.
That was a long time ago. So I was really excited to see that happen, in case you couldn't tell when I talked about Yona them before. But, aside from Yona, and aside from Tokyo Ghoul, because we already talked that, there's also, of course, Sanji from One Piece, what else? Because I pulled up ANN stuff beforehand. Trunks from a good amount of Dragon Ball Z stuff.
We said Yuki from Fruits Basket, so...
Yuki from Fruits Basket. America and Canada from Hitalia, so there's that. Oh, wait, so technically speaking, never mind. Because Canada is a little bit more soft-spoken, actually.
Canada's, like, the most soft-spoken character he's played.
I forgot that he was Canada. I remembered he was America, but I completely
Everyone forgets Canada exists.
Yeah, exactly. But, so okay, it hasn't been too long since he did a soft-spoken character. Okay. Kazuma's gonna be interesting for me to see. Honestly. Because I'm like, what? I did not think he was gonna be anywhere near this, to be perfectly honest. And Eric Vale, once again, is one of the few voice actors I actually fangirl over.
I do want to mention one thing. He's also a talking earring in this show.
This is true. I forgot about that part.
Kazuma is an earring. So I guess Eric kind of wins the otherworldly weapon. He kind of loses the otherworldly weapon coolness lottery. In that he's a freaking earring. A flower earring.
It does wonders for his masculinity.
It's like, I play Trunks, I play this. I also play Kazuma, who turns into a talking earring.
Well, Kazuma's also, Bishamon's more of her, like, right-hand man anyway.
So, yeah.
Kind of makes sense, but still.
Moving on.
I must say, I think these two castings is gonna be fine, personally.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm just definitely interested to see what's gonna happen here with Eric Vale as Kazuma, because I'm like, what? And I think Elizabeth Maxwell, considering what I've seen from her, even though she hasn't done a lot, I think this is gonna be a lot of fun and a walk in the park for her, honestly.
Yeah.
So next, Rabo and Nora. I don't know why they are on the list before Bishamon and Kazuma, but that's okay.
Nora, I would see why Nora is up there, but not Rabo.
Yeah, Rabo, no. But we'll get to that in a second, because we already know why Rabo's announced to begin with. We'll get to that in a second.
I'll admit, I have no predictions for this, because these are the two I didn't do.
You didn't have anything for these two?
No, because I was trying to think, and then I stopped because I didn't know when the DVDs were coming out, and then we got the announcement, and like you said before, we kind of had, like, one day to do it.
Yeah, and then, like, at the time, like, I was doing shit. You were probably busy with, like, convention work and stuff like that.
Yeah, regular work and con stuff.
Yeah, so we didn't exactly have enough time to look at our predictions and stuff. So I at least had predictions for them. Rabo, I was thinking Robert McCollum, and Nora, I was thinking Bryn April. That's what I was thinking of.
I would love to see Bryn April get to actually play, like, a creepy child, and that still hasn't happened, and it kind of upsets me.
I know, I thought that would have been a good fit. Like, I know she can do, like, cutesy.
Like, she can do, Bryn April can do, like, a diabetes cute.
It's great. Like, if Krista from Attack on Titan taught us anything.
I don't know what's worse, between, like, Krista and Ritsu.
Oh, Lord. Ritsu from Assassination Classroom. Oh, boy.
Ritsu, why are you wearing a parka? You don't even have a body.
Yeah, but I also know, like, she can at least play slightly evil. Even though this other show is complete comedy, she's playing Roka in Defrag. And I've seen some clips where, because Roka is, like, the characters, majority of them have, like, these element types, like they're Pokemon or something. And for Roka, she's a mix of fire, which is for some stupid reason acting like a complete Moe character, as well as darkness, where she will just put these darkness bags on people's heads. And it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's great. And Bryn is perfect for that, by the way. And Robert McCollum is Rabo. Honestly, I felt like it would have worked really well. Especially after what I've seen him do with Ginty in Death Parade.
Oh, Ginty.
Like, granted, I made my predictions a little bit before the broadcast step started for the season.
Oh, Ginty.
But I was like, but now afterwards I'm like, Ginty, okay, he can do this. But also there's like Jalal from Fairy Tail, and a few other things. But I'm obviously wrong. So Nora, I'm gonna start with Nora, is Lauren Landa. And Robbo, and this is the reason why we think that this was announced.
Yeah!
Mike McFarland.
Yeah, for anyone who... Because, I'll say this because the first 3 volumes are out in the US. Robbo is not in the... What is Noragami proper, I guess I'll call it, because there are a couple of, like, little spin-off mangas. And there is one called Clash Shield Gods of Calamity that does have Robbo. But in what is, like, the proper, like, Manga 1, Manga 2, Manga 3, Manga 4... Robbo never shows up. Nora is a huge character in the manga, and I freaking hate her.
We all do.
I kind of want to punt Nora into the sun with Aloys from Black Butler 2. They can both burn for all I care.
Aloys. Fuck Aloys.
Fuck that little boy. Not well. Oh god, I could have used so much better wording on that.
Oh god. Anyway.
But I guess only because Mike is Robbo, who shows up for 2 episodes to be a complete and total dick to Yato.
Yeah.
And rubs salt in every goddamn wound. Yeah, he's literally, like, in the last, like, 2 episodes of the show, and then, bye, like, Felicia.
Wait, doesn't he come in, like, at least a couple times, but doesn't actually say anything before that?
Like, he just kind of, like, stands there menacing, so Granted, I haven't watched this show in almost a year for some stupid reason.
Me too.
Robbo doesn't really do much besides be menacing and be a dick.
Pretty much. But, like, but we were talking about this before we started recording it. We're like, yeah, the only reason why Robbo is even announced is because Mike McFarland. Because we were wondering, like, where's Tenju?
Yeah, where's, like, Tenju and Mayumi? And we're like, why Robbo? And then we saw Mike McFarlane, and then, like, the Mike McFarlane Illuminati kind of started. In which...
That's a thing now.
In which, if you've ever watched any show Mike McFarlane has... Anything Mike McFarlane has directed, I think Sans...
He's somewhere
in it. Like, Sans maybe the Wolf Children.
Yeah, I think...
He is somewhere in there. Like, I haven't watched the Wolf Children dub, and I'm kind of waiting for Mother's Day to drop that one on my mom. Because I am a great daughter. Because I am a great daughter.
I'm sorry to ruin everything, because I'm looking at his credits. He is in Wolf Children as a
gosh darn it.
But yeah,
I thought you were saying, no, don't show your mom the Wolf Children on Wolf Street, you're a horrible person.
No, but oh my god, let's see, there's, aside from Noragami and Wolf Children, I mean...
He's Amon in Tokyo Ghoul.
He's Amon from Tokyo Ghoul. He's Jean Kirstein from Attack on Titan.
He's also Jean Havoc in Full Metal Alchemist, playing 2 Jeans.
Flip shit. And then, what else? Buggy the Clown from One Piece. Because he did direct the early episodes of One Piece, and obviously Buggy the Clown comes in by, like, episode 5. So... It's weird. I just started picking that up recently.
Mike
when I saw
McFarlane
like,
Illuminati.
I'm like, oh my god, this is
Mike McFarlane Illuminati.
But I kind of want to see what he can do with evil.
Yeah, because he doesn't usually play villain. Yeah. Well, sans Buggy the Clown.
Right, well, except for Buggy the Clown. Buggy the Clown is, like, so goofy and ridiculous. Like, Robbo is, like, complete opposite of that.
Robbo is a giant dick.
Yes. But I really do want to see what he does with this. Like, I'm very interested. Like, I know you're happy with where Amon's headed now for Tokyo Ghoul. I remember
after, like, it took a little while. Luckily, Morgan Garrett's character came in, and I was like, I'm too distracted by Akira being awesome.
But yeah, I don't know how well it'll work, but it has me very curious.
On the other hand, I'm actually really happy with Lauren Landa playing Nora.
Yes.
I have generally enjoyed Lauren Landa and everything she's been in. I remember her being, like, one of the 2 voices I actually liked in Madoka Magica. And
right, because she plays Kyoko Sakura.
No, I keep on getting Sayaka and them confused, because their names are relatively the same.
Right, and she's also, for anyone who probably will know this one a bit better, she's Annie from Attack on Titan.
And Annie is... interesting.
I was like, what's the right word? Interesting is the right word here.
Without going into spoilers.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of feel like it'll be similar to Annie, except more of a child form.
Yeah, because Nora is one of the creepiest children I've ever seen in an anime.
she's so creepy.
She's delightfully creepy, but at the same time, you kind of want to punch her in the face.
It's like, oh my god, can we not?
It's like, can you please stop fucking with Yukine?
Can you please leave Yato alone?
Oh, no.
Please.
It's like
he doesn't
that
need
creepy,
your shit.
It's like that creepy, like, little girl that keeps following Yato around, and, like, Yato doesn't have the nerve to just tell her, like, go the hell away.
God. It's nuts. And she's the reason why, basically, I was like, I'd be okay with just the season 1, but it definitely needs a season 2. She's the big reason, because Nora kind of drops something, like a hint or some kind of cliffhanger moment, really, at the end of the series.
I'm gonna say this out of context, but it is something about Yato's dad.
It might be. I don't remember, because it's been a year.
I'm pretty sure it is, and all I can say is, fuck you, Yato's dad.
Oh,
fuck that guy.
I am very interested. I may have to find the manga if I don't want to wait forever for season 2. But yeah, I think Lauren Landa is gonna be fine here. I think it's gonna be like Annie, except in child form, honestly, which is gonna be fine. I haven't seen her do Madoka Magica. I've seen Madoka Magica, but not the dub. So yeah, I've seen her do Madoka Magica.
I saw about a couple clips of Madoka, and I was like, I tried it. I'm gonna stick with the Japanese.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't that fantastic, but I'm fine.
It's not Oniplex's best. It's not Oniplex's shining moment.
Oniplex doesn't exactly have shining moments last I checked, so...
Kill la Kill's pretty good.
I need to rewatch the dub. Anyway, Lauren Landa, we're in agreement, it's fine. Mike McFarlane, at least to me, as Robbo, is going to be an interesting, because I am curious about it. Yeah. I'm not sure how well it's going to come out. Because, I mean, like, we had that adjustment period already with Amon and Tokyo Ghoul.
And it quite honestly did take a little while.
It took a while, because when we talked about it last time, originally I was hearing Jean Kirstein. I was not hearing Amon. Like, I think that was, like, the exact words that I had said when talking about Amon. So,
I believe I mentioned that he needed to shove a stick up his ass.
Yes, you did. And you were very thrilled when he finally did. Folks, she literally tweeted me about this. She was like, he finally shoved a stick up his ass. And I was like, yes. Megan was all excited about
my Twitter feed on Wednesday nights is a gold mine of stupidity and hysterical laughter.
Yeah. If you ever want to follow us on Twitter, make sure you do so on Wednesday nights during the Double Talk blog.
Or if I'm at a con. Or apparently this week if I'm at a con because I sprayed myself in the face with perfume at one point.
Oh god. Bottom line is we say some weird shit. Anyway, I think we're in agreement that this is going to be interesting for Lauren and Mike to take on. Next, the last pair that we're going to play
the
with.
Cutest character in the show, sans Yukine.
Kofuku and Daikoku. Kofuku is the goddess of poverty, correct? If I'm right?
Yes, she is the goddess of poverty.
It's like, because there is some sort of shenanigans that happens fairly early on when they first meet her.
Yeah,
Hiyori first meet her anyway.
She disguises herself as another god who we may see in season 2.
Oh, okay. So, and then Daikoku is obviously the person that
is her man.
Basically, yes. So what were you thinking for these two?
My pick for Kofuku was scraping the quite easiest choice I could find, which was Monica Rial. And Daikoku was Chris Sabat.
Okay. Daikoku for me was Chris Sabat. I think that would have been pretty obvious. Kofuku, I did have Monica Rial, but I also had Tia Ballard and Cherami Lee. Cherami, obviously, I felt like would have been the best out of the three. Tia Ballard, I picked her mainly because I liked her role as Nanami from Kami-sama Kiss.
See, that's why I put Tia Ballard somewhere else.
Oh, I already know where you put her now.
Yeah, now you can kind of figure out where I had Tia Ballard in this whole little dog and pony show.
But yeah, those were the ones that I felt would have been fine. But I'm perfectly fine with who was cast as Kofuku. Daikoku, I'm curious about. I will say that. I don't know how well it's gonna go. Kofuku is Alexis Tipton, and Daikoku is Ian Sinclair.
Okay, I don't know how many people have seen the the little trailer that people put out of this with the dub clips. Kofuku sounds adorable as hell. Alexis Tipton is so cute.
It's perfect.
Just the stop fighting!
It's so cute. I love it. Because Alexis Tipton, she's been doing some work recently. Because she's Maria from Maria the Virgin Witch and Kureha from Yuri Kuma. Those are the two big ones she's doing recently, as well as she's reprising a smaller role for the second season of Kame-sama Kiss. But she's also done, oh lord, what else has she done? Saya Kisaragi from Blood Sea. I'm just looking through things and picking things out. At least things that I'm slightly familiar with. Okay, nothing's really popping up. Oh, Honey from Space Dandy. There's another one. Yeah, those are a couple really rather well-known ones.
I would say Honey is kind of the closest to Kofuku.
Honey, I would definitely say is the closest.
And I would say Kureha is kind of the farthest end of this. And I adore her, Kureha. I've only watched Yuri Kuma in English, hence why I haven't finished Yuri Kuma. But my feelings on Yuri Kuma in that it is quite possibly the most amusing dub I've ever watched, just for angry lesbian Caitlin Glass.
Oh my god. I only watched the simulcast, and I think I watched like 2 episodes of the dub, and I was like, Caitlin Glass, yes.
Please do more of this.
Yes, it's fantastic. But I decided not to continue with the broadcast dub for that one. I'm just like, I need to process what the hell I actually watched first. But anyway, Alexis Tipton definitely perfectly fine here. And then Ian Sinclair's Daikoku. Because first of all, we have Dandy from Space Dandy, Gija from Yona of the Dawn, Brooke from One Piece. What the hell?
Daikoku, he can be kind of, he's clearly the straight man in this relationship. He kind of puts up with Kofuku and Yato's, like, kind of bullshit. Because Kofuku and Yato are kind of, like, 2 very weird children when they're around each other.
Yeah, that is true.
They're kind of, like, giving, like, immortal beings sugar and telling them to go on it. And Daikoku is kind of like, okay, I'm the responsible adult and all this. Calm yourselves, kiddies.
Pretty much, he is.
So it is going to be kind of odd to hear Ian do that.
Because I don't remember the last time I heard him be the actual straight man in the whole thing.
Yeah, even...
Because, like, Dandy is nowhere near the straight man.
The only time I can remember is, maybe Carnival. He was kind of the straight man in Carnival.
Okay, I need to watch that dub still. But
yeah, because Tatum was the little shithead in that one.
Oh, great!
And the relationship between the 2 air captains, that was Tatum. Because I thought Tatum was Ian's character. When I found out it was Ian, I was like, "This is some black magic."
Voice acting magic. I remember that conversation.
Voice acting black magic. The voice acting black magic conversation.
But, I mean, like, for me, from my experience, I mean, Dandy is no way a straight character. Book is no way a straight character.
Gija, don't even know what
butt of the joke.
I don't even know what's going on with Gija half the time.
Gija is just the butt of every joke at this point.
Gija is basically...
Sinclair handles that wonderfully, by the way.
Gija is basically, like, Tequila Joseph Joestar to me.
Nice. So,
there was a lot of JoJo's involved with my weekend.
And I mean, like, because I've seen Shiki and he's Tatsumi. That's not exactly a straight character. Like, Tatsumi has some of his humorous moments too, but it's definitely one of the more, like, devious characters that I've seen him play.
And the only one I can really think of is, but it hasn't come out yet, is Sosuke from Free is kind of the straight man.
Right, we haven't seen that either yet.
But Free unfortunately isn't out yet, and he's kind of the straight man to Vic Mignogna's Crying Shark Rin.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how that dynamic is gonna play.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this and Free were maybe recorded around the same time.
It's very possible.
Because I think this Danganronpa and Free, I remember them, especially say with Danganronpa, that they had been sitting on the announcement for a while.
They have been sitting on it.
And I think for this too.
I think I mentioned, when I was talking about Danganronpa, I wasn't sure if, like, because it took a little while before, like, they got the home video rights, actually, if I remember right. And then, like, they were sitting on this for a while, and then... I mean, but the difference between, like, Noragami and Danganronpa came out, like, summer 2013. Noragami came out, like, last year. So they've been sitting on Danganronpa a lot longer than Noragami.
I think Danganronpa might have had something to do with the games, too.
That might have been the big thing.
The game cast, because the casts are actually different besides Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce is the only one coming back in.
Which
is cool. It's cool that they at least got Bryce Papenbrook to come in for that. But anyway, we're fine with Tipton here as Kofuku. I'm pretty sure we can agree with that.
Yeah.
Daikoku, for me at least, is going to be interesting to see. Because I'm like, Sinclair is a straight man. What?
Yeah, it might be a little bit more interesting for people who are more familiar with Dandy and stuff. Me, I'm a little, like, less tense about it, but I'm still really interested.
Right, because, like, I think the majority of people are more used to seeing Sinclair at this point in more comedic roles. Or at least, like, slightly dramatic, but having comedic elements to it. This is more of a case where there's, like, barely any comedic moments for that character at all. So,
yeah, he is quite I mean, there's a few, but the biggest thing I remember Daikoku doing in this series is actually probably maybe the most dramatic thing that happens.
So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens there. But I feel like it's pretty good. I feel like, so far, it's solid casting, though some of them I'm rather... Why is it the boy? I'm noticing, it's the boys that I'm curious about. The girls I'm okay with. It's the boys I'm like, what?
Yeah, and now we're getting into, like, the main three characters, and I think this one kind of caused all of us to, like, tilt our heads and go, what the hell?
Yeah, so, Yukine. Yukine exists.
Oh my god, I love him so much.
I know, I love him too. And, ironically enough, because we did chat a little before recording this, we had the same prediction.
Person.
We both thought it was going to be Josh Greeley coming in here.
And to be fair, can you blame any of us? The real answer made me a little bit more than happy, because Yukine, at least on my end from where I review at, we always do like a best male, best female character. Yukine was my number 3, only behind Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul and Kosei from Your Lie in April.
Right.
So I'm quite happy with who's Yukine.
Well, duh. But, like, considering Josh's repertoire, and, considering how well he can do, because we've talked about this before, about how good he can do with very broken characters.
Oh god, poor Yukine.
And considering the shit that Yukine goes through, that's why Josh would have been a good fit here, that we felt anyway. But, surprise! It's Micah Solasad.
And I think I might have cried a little.
I would not have been surprised if I cried a little bit.
It is me. It is, if there's one thing I love as much as Tokyo Ghoul, it's probably Micah. His work. Micah's work. He is an adorable human being, but he's also quite happily either still dating or engaged to Afaya. And she is also quite adorable.
To me, I think it's safe to say that you are, like, on the same, like, fangirling level of Micah's work that I am with, like, Eric's work.
Veil. And I really do think that he can do this.
It's definitely so different and more complex than what I've seen him do.
I mean, for me, I've seen him do not as broken. I don't think he's ever played a character this broken. But right. I've seen him get to do, kind of a little bit more complex was, his character in Birdie the Mighty had a lot going on.
Okay. For me, Guilty Crown had a little bit of complexity when he was playing Gaisi Tsugami.
Maybe Ame and the Wolf Children, but I haven't watched that in English yet, so I can't say.
He did pretty good with, because he plays the older Ame, not, like, the entire freaking character. He plays the older
Ame is also kind of a bag of dicks, too.
The older Ame, his performance of that, I thought it was pretty good. But last time I watched that film was like a year ago. But this is definitely very different. Very, very different than what he's done in the past. And I think he even said himself that this was very challenging for him to do.
Yeah, Yukine is a very complex character with a lot of things going on, and he quite possibly maybe carries the first 9 episodes of the show on his shoulders as a character.
Basically, he does, yeah. I don't think so.
It's all about him. It's a lot. It is kind of, in a way, all about Hiyori, Yato, and Yukine, but it's mostly Yukine's story.
At least for that first season, the majority of it.
Yeah, it's kind of getting through what happened to him.
Yeah, because, like, the final couple of episodes or so, it kind of more turns into Yato and his story. Because of Nora and Rabo, because they're assholes. But for the majority of it, yeah, it is Yukine's story. And to see... I'm very interested to see what he's going to do with a very different character that he's played. And see how he's going to carry that through. Because he can carry a major character. He's already proven that much. It's just this kind of character it's going to be interesting to see what happens with.
Yeah, so I'm really happy and I cannot wait to get this on DVD. Just to see that.
Me too. I'm also very excited for it. Hiyori. Hiyori is the only one I did not have a prediction for, actually.
I did have a prediction for it, and if you didn't guess by my comment earlier, it's Tia Ballard. I was watching, like I said, I was watching Kami-sama Kiss, and she did Nanami, and Hiyori is to me, reminded me a lot of her, but was also kind of a departure, so I wanted to see if Tia Ballard could do it.
Right, and I mean, like, Tia Ballard, she's done... the first time I ran into Tia Ballard, was for Shiki as Megumi, and I wasn't a fan of that, but she kind of turned it around with Nanami. So for me, it's like, Tia Ballard can do comedy. Don't put her near anything dramatic. Tia Ballard can do comedy. But with this one as a mix of the two, maybe she could have done it. She might have been able to do it. That's why I kind of more put her as Kofuku, because Kofuku's more of the adorable, slightly more comedic character, and I felt like she would have carried that a lot better. But, anyway, Bryn April is Hiyori.
I'm also seeing her next month. I should have mentioned that with Elizabeth Maxwell, is also one of the other people I'm seeing.
Oh, there you go. Bryn April's really starting to gain some ground here. She's
not
still
disliked
fairly
anything
new,
she's in.
actually. She's still fairly new.
I haven't disliked anything I've seen her in, too.
Yeah. Like, cause she's Krista from Attack on Titan. She's Ritsu from Assassination Classroom, we found out fairly recently. She's Roka from Defrag. She's doing the monkey version of Mamoru from the second season of Kami-sama Kiss. Yeah. She's Izumiko from Red Data Girl. She was announced as Tsugumi for Soul Eater Not.
So she's been doing a lot of things.
She's doing a lot more recently.
I want to say she was somebody in Danganronpa, but I don't remember. I don't think she was.
She's not. She had a small role in Death Parade. That
oh god, that was the other thing that
the bowling
with Micah
episode,
of all things.
The bowling
with Micah.
episode with Micah. Yes, that was another one she did. So she's starting to really gain some attention. I think, like, for her and Clifford Chapin are the two that are starting to gain some ground recently.
Seeing him next month.
Yay. But I think, based on the trailer that I heard, and, like, thinking about it, I feel like this is gonna be great. Like, this is definitely she's definitely gonna have a lot more to do. I mean, Krista has a bit, but, like, Hiyori has a lot more.
Yeah, Hiyori is kind of, like, the weird anchor of this show. She's also a bit of the straight man in this show.
She does have some humor to her, though. But.
She has a lot of humor to her, but she's also kind of, like, the one she's, like, the moral center of, like, these two guys.
Right.
Because
really is.
God knows if Yato was left to his own devices, I don't know what he would do with himself.
Oh my god, if Yato was just doing his own thing, it would be a mess. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure Bryn can carry this character.
Again, I haven't disliked her in anything I've heard her in.
Same
she
here.
was great as Krista. She is quite possibly diabetes in Assassination Classroom.
Quite possibly. Ritsu's
so cute.
I do enjoy her as Roka from the clips I've seen of Defrag. And, the trailer I saw for Soul Eater Not for Tsugumi, I think it's a good fit, honestly.
She was really cute as that, like, from what I heard, too.
Right. And then I still need to rewatch Red Data Girl. I own that on DVD.
I actually have to watch it.
Which, ironically enough, Red Data Girl, that's another
her and Micah
solo side pairing right there. But I think Bryn's gonna be fine here, honestly. It's gonna be wonderful. I'm excited for it. Like,
now on to the big tuna.
Yeah. I just want to say, like, it's definitely going to be different for Bryn because it's not as cutesy of a role that we've seen from her so far.
It's a little bit more mature, I think.
Right, that's going to be the interesting point.
Slightly more mature than most things, but not, like, look at me, I'm cute and moe.
Right, it's not going to be to that degree. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what she can do with a slightly more serious and mature character.
Slides a little bit more towards the Krista scale.
A little bit, yeah. A little
Just
bit.
more important than Krista.
Just more important, yes. Okay, so the big one, Yato. Oh, Lordy Yato.
Lord.
Did you want to say who you thought it was going to be, or you want me to go first?
I guess I'll say mine because I was going by someone who was in quite a lot of things as quite a lot of leads and quite a lot of characters who are slightly like Yato, so I had Austin Tyndall.
Ooh.
Because Austin Tyndall, if you had talked to us maybe about a month or two ago, we would probably been like, I don't know about this Austin Tyndall guy.
But now it would have been like, put Austin Tyndall in
this.
Yeah, I would agree.
His karma is fantastic.
Karma is fantastic. I love Joseph from Maria. Kaneki. Oh, Lord, Kaneki.
Oh, God, Kaneki. That boy is gonna owe me an explanation. How dare you make me cry?
How dare you?
Dare you?
And again, the curious thing about with Kaneki is going back to season 1, but, like, I think, because in episode 10 of Root of A, there's a little bit of flashbacks to, like,
and he sounded quite adorable.
It sounded fine. Like, even if it was just a little small thing. Yeah. Still curious about Monica and Christopher, though, as Rize and Jason. But I guess I'll wait and see what happens. But I had two. One was probably would make much more sense. The other one was very bold, and I think I told you about the bold one before. So the one that I figured would make some interesting sense, and I felt would be a pretty decent fit. Considering the stuff that I had seen him do recently, I had picked Clifford Chapin to be one of my choices for Yato.
I would have been so happy with that.
I felt like that would have been a fun one for him to do.
Well, because I don't think he's done, like... Has he? I don't know if he's done, like, a proper, like, lead character.
He is the lead character for, Tokyo Ravens.
Okay, I have to watch that.
He is doing a lead character. I haven't seen it either, but I know he's the lead character for that, because I did see the dub announcement for that. But otherwise than that, like, I would have loved to have seen him do a lead character on a rather large property, like this one. Because I don't know how well Tokyo Ghoul did. Not Tokyo Ghoul. Wow, Tokyo Ravens
Tokyo Ravens.
He's in Tokyo Ghoul, by the way, as Hide.
Oh, God. Oh, Hide.
I do not want to start crying. I already know I'm going to start crying. Thanks, Clifford, for that one. Anyway, I felt like Clifford would have been a good choice there. And then my really bold, out-of-the-box one, and considering some of the recent cast announcements, it could have been a possibility. I had Bryce Papenbrook as a possible Yato. Because I had, at the time I was making this list, I had watched some of the dub episodes of Blood Lad. And I was like, because Staz, the way he plays it, it's a bit spazzy of a character. Very, very humorous. I'm like, why the hell not? Let's see what he does here.
Yato is kind of like a spaz of all spaz.
Right, so I was like, the Papenbrook would have been a fun choice there. Because I feel like I came up with a stupid slogan now that Spazzy Papenbrook is best Papenbrook. Because I find it so humorous, even though I do like him as Eren in Attack on Titan, and I did like what he did as a kid with Trigun and Little Vash. I do like some of the other stuff that he's done. But then there's, like, unfortunately, there's Kirito from Sword Art Online that I didn't like. But
oh, Kirito, you little piece of shit.
And I mean, like, and I probably wouldn't have been too far off base if it was actually him, considering, well, Danganronpa doesn't exactly count, because he's just reprising his role from the video game. But Soul Eater Not is really the big one that made me, that now was like, oh, it could have been possible he was Yato. Because he's doing Clay. So I was like, okay, why not? But it's none of these. It's a name I have yet to see come up during these Dub Talk videos, actually. Jason Lebrecht is Yato.
Or Jason Lieber, depending on who you ask. Well, have you seen any...
It's spelled like Lebrecht, so...
I can't pronounce crap for days, so
I can't
you're
either.
Probably right.
Well, I could be wrong. I can't speak for days either. But, he's been around, actually, for a while. A decent amount of time. Cause, oh lordy, Train Heartnet from Black Cat. Hey, from Darker Than Black. Akira Takizawa from Eden of the East. Oh god, what else?
All of the Shaorans in Tsubasa.
He did a role in Carnival, actually.
Oh god, I forgot who he was in Carnival.
Kiharu?
Oh god,
I
who the hell was
watched that
Kiharu again?
Like
I said, I've watched Carnival, but it's been a little bit.
Yeah. He's done a handful of things at this point.
I know he's somewhere in Princessy Gainax Land.
Princessy Gainax Land?
He's somewhere in Petite Princess Yushi. I know he's someone in that.
Gaga?
Yes! That's right, he is Gaga in that show. Who's a little demon maid.
He's also Sohei for Wolf Children.
He's been in stuff.
Yeah, he's done quite a bit. He's been around for a while, especially like if you did Train Heartnet from Black Cat. Because that was probably.
And I love Black Cat.
And that was dubbed probably like what, mid-2000s maybe?
God, Black Cat maybe like 8 years. God, was it 8 years ago? My friend is in the room, and I remember I bought Black Cat the same con I met her at, and she is passed out asleep in my bed.
Yeah. He's also Finian from Black Butler. I forgot about that.
Oh, we don't talk about Finian from Black Butler.
We don't talk about Finian. Finian, cute little adorable shit. I wasn't sure about it actually at first, but then I saw the trailer and I was like, I like where this is going.
Sold. I was sold by the trailer, and then I was like, when I think about it, Yato and Train have a lot in common as characters.
Actually. Yeah,
they're very much like each other, but you get to see a little bit more of darker Train before you get happy, stupid Train.
Yeah, and then with Yato, majority of the time it's happy, stupid Yato, and then you have a few moments where it's darker Yato.
Because Yato is kind of an idiot.
Yato is an idiot. Let's be honest here.
Idiot. Or if you watch the podcast I'm on, apparently he's the sexiest idiot of 2014.
No.
How he beat Makoto from Free, I don't know.
He beat Makoto from Free.
Oh, if you can believe it.
Oh my god, that says a lot right there.
It's the eyes, I'm telling you, it's those eyes.
Those beautiful blue eyes.
Eyes. He's such a goober.
I feel like Jason Lebrecht is gonna have so much fun with this one.
I don't know how you can't have fun playing Yato as a character. He's so weird. He's such an idiot, and he's so full of himself and such a dork, but there's something to him that's really sad that he doesn't want to let people see, and then he gets this really dickish little kid and this girl up his butt, and you're like, what is wrong with you?
I love Yato.
I love him too. He is such an adorable dork.
He is. And I'm very excited to see where this goes. If all else fails, hop on the McFarlane train, we're good. But, I feel like Jason Lebrecht is gonna be perfectly fine. It's definitely gonna be a lot of fun and something different that I've seen from him in a good while. Because I think the last time I saw something with him was Eden of the East, actually. The movies, anyway. But this was like a few years ago. So it's been a while. And I'm very interested to see where this is gonna go, honestly.
I think the last thing I watched Jason in was probably Tsubasa Chronicles, because I'm a sadistic person.
Nice.
I literally bought the Tsubasa OVAs just because Micah were in them, okay?
Why am I not surprised?
It's me.
Exactly. Why am I not surprised?
He was great in them, and I actually do like Tsubasa Chronicles. I actually do like that series, despite it being a horrible train wreck.
I think I've only watched a few episodes of that, but anyway.
Oh my god, the OVAs are so great and so horrible.
Nice. I think we're on the same opinion that Yato's gonna be fun and it's gonna be wonderful. And we need to pre-order this set now.
After I get the commission I'm getting done, there goes my money.
Once I figure out my living situation after graduation, there goes my money.
Congratulations
so that way I can
on your
get
graduation,
shipped.
by the way.
What?
Congratulations on your graduation, by the way.
Aw, thank you. Technically, as of recording this, it's a few weeks away, but thank you.
In case I forget later.
In case that happens. But anyway, looking at the cast, like, overall, and, like, directing and scripting. Again, why is it I'm so curious about the boys and I'm perfectly fine with the girls?
Yeah, like,
because I'm like, Eric
usually
Vale,
it's the
Mike
other
McFarlane.
way.
Yeah, I'm like, Eric Vale, Mike McFarlane, Ian Sinclair, Micah, and Jason. I'm like, what the hell? They are
And it's
ones
still
that I
not
would not have
the weirdest
expected.
casting. And it's still not the weirdest, like, question mark casting I've seen in a long time.
Right. I guess I just... Because, again, I got none of my predictions right. At all. Except maybe director if we really wanted to let that count. But... but still, it's like, I got none of my predictions right. And I'm like, what in the world happened here? But, personally, I'm excited.
I cannot wait to have this on DVD. Like, I can't wait to sit down and watch it again.
I'm excited. I'm like, yeah. And I'm gonna pre-order the hell of it after graduation happens, and I know where I'm living.
Then I'm gonna sit by my door and wait until July when it comes in, like Scott Pilgrim waited for that package from Amazon.ca.
Because it's coming it's coming out, what was it, July... Oh, it's right in front of my face, too. July 7th.
7/7/15.
Yep, July 7th.
Because I had a bunch of people at this con ask me this week, when is Noragami coming out on DVD? And I'm like, July 7th.
Yeah. That's around, isn't that, I think that's, like, either before or after, Anime Expo, actually.
I believe
Anime Expo should be around that time.
I believe
Anime
it's just
Expo is
after
July.
Anime Expo.
Right, because it should be just around that time.
My guess is that they probably will premiere it there.
Oh, lucky bastards. If you're at Anime Expo, and if they are premiering Noragami there, I hate you. I would not be surprised if this is the big one that they promote at Anime Expo, actually.
The only other thing I would think that they'd promote at Anime Expo, because it's coming out in the fall, is maybe Zankyo no Terror.
Maybe.
Because they did say that was going to be released this year. But I think
Right.
that might be
And
their Otakon or their New York Comic Con.
Right, because they announced, and I think they premiered the simulcast at Anime Expo for Terror in Resonance last year, if I remember right. Oh, the other property that could be popular at Anime Expo, if we find out about a release date soon, could be Free Eternal Summer.
I don't know why they're holding it behind closed doors. Just give it to us. You know that we're going to throw our money at it like a bunch of incoherent, like, fans.
Incoherent children. Like, we already know that...
swimmy boys.
About to say, we already know at this point that they've been working on it. I mean, like, if you follow any of the voice actors involved with it on Twitter, you'll know that they've been working on it. Like, I remember at least hearing Greg Ayres, Todd Peppercorn, and I think maybe Vic Mignogna mentioning it.
I know Johnny Bosch had mentioned it over his Facebook, and I had talked to Tatum about it.
Right. Oh, Lord.
Because I remember Tatum saying
Lord,
that
Tatum.
I had asked him if he cried at the last episode, like I did, and he's like, I cried recording it, and I cried writing it.
Oh, God. Maybe, because, we're of the assumption that Tokyo Ghoul Route A might incur Tissue Massacre 2015. We may have to ask about Free at this point, if we already know that Tatum
if it was
trying...
Tissue Massacre 2014.
if Free equal Tissue Massacre 2014, it probably
the
did.
Great Tissue Massacre of 2015 occurred at...
It is gonna be Tokyo Ghoul.
Wherever, somewhere in Texas, a bunch of tissues died because of one singular thing in that finale that drove me to the point of, like, I need beer.
And she's not gonna tell me what it is right now, because
I refuse to ruin this for her.
I have to experience it, because she hasn't actually finished Death Parade, so I'm not gonna ruin it for her.
I had to yell multiple times this weekend, do not spoil Death Parade for me, at people.
Oh my god. But, anyway, I think overall, it's definitely gonna be fun and interesting to see this cast, and what's gonna happen from it. I'm excited. I will definitely pre-order the hell out of it. That's for sure.
I cannot wait to pre-order this. I cannot wait to, have it on my desk, and I actually can't wait to watch this with my mom, who does sit and watch a lot of anime with me, but she does not like subs. So I tried this with her, and she really didn't get what was going on, so hopefully she'll like it, because I think she will like the show.
Probably. I'm just excited to have it on my shelf. And then to watch it again and be like, yes! Like, when in doubt, jump on the McFarlane train and everything is good.
I was about to say when in doubt, whip Noragami out.
Can we make that a thing?
Along with, like, what? That snort parade.
Yes.
Lilac the Prophet.
Yes. We have a lot of things we gotta make happen. Because for those who probably don't know, because this happened like in the past week actually, the double talk. Apparently, it's Chad from Screw Attack. His goal every week is to make Lauren Moore like laugh until she snorts. So apparently, last week now became Snort Parade. And
I'm still making my Snort Parade shirt.
And then, cause what was it? It was a character from Assassination Classroom. It was Irina's mentor. And we're like, who's gonna be Irina's mentor? And I'm just like, I wouldn't mind seeing Kent Williams. And lo and behold, it's Kent Williams. So then comes Lilac the Prophet. That whole
I think it was because we had both been talking about, who's gonna be Irina's teacher, who's gonna be Shiro, and who's gonna be Atona.
Right.
And I think you had said Kent Williams was gonna be the teacher. I said Ian was gonna be Shiro, and I was completely wrong. It was Tatum.
Yeah, it was Tatum.
Update on Assassination Classroom casting.
Slight update, yes.
Slight update. And then, we don't know who Atona is, and I thought it was actually Jason, because
well, you originally were hoping it was Micah, originally.
I was hoping it was Micah, but at this point, I think Micah is going to be the character that Mamoru Miyano is set to play in Assassination Classroom.
Okay.
Because I do know Mamoru Miyano is coming into the show, because that was announced on Anime News Network.
Oh, interesting. But yeah, you said, like, after watching that episode, that it sounds more like Jason coming in here.
It sounded a lot like younger Trained Me or Shaoran.
Yeah, but we'll find out about that next week. Anyway, we're blabbing so long.
I apologize, because we're not going to make this go over an hour, and I'm, like, sitting there watching my Audacity take, and I'm like, oh, yeah, Jesus Christ,
like
not again.
I'm, like, at an hour and 9 minutes. It's okay, I'm editing this down.
Well, guess who I know? I know who isn't watching this. Zeether.
Whatever. So anyway.
I love you, man. Please don't think I'm shitting on you.
Okay, anyway. Bottom line, pretty sure we're excited about this.
Just a little bit.
Just a little, in case you couldn't tell by our ramblings and shenanigans. Yeah, if you guys are interested in ordering it, it's gonna come out July 7th. You can order it through Right Stuff. You can order it through Funimation. I don't know, as of right now, who is the licensor in UK and Australia. But whoever it is, you can order it through them. Yada, yada, yada. And I guess that's it for us, really, for this. If you have any suggestions for dub announcements or any shows you would like me to look at that I previously reviewed but talk about their dub, you can let me know in the comments below. I will say, since we did talk about Soul Eater Not, I'm not planning on doing a dub talk for Soul Eater Not. Mostly as a time saver, because I have things I have to do, because I graduate in 3 weeks, and I gotta at least prep a few other videos for the summer.
You got other things to do.
I have other things to do. But if you have any other suggestions and stuff like that, let me know in the comments. If there's a show, since we did not actually get to have our bet, if there's a show you think we should have our actual bet on, feel free to suggest it. And we'll see what happens, because since we may not have had our bet now, but I feel like we need to at some point in time.
I'm pretty sure they're all going to say Zankyo no Terror.
Oh, probably.
To which I actually need to go finish that show.
Either that,
I didn't finish it.
Either that or maybe, I don't freaking know.
I don't know what else is coming out this year, that's why.
Yeah.
We can't do Haikyuu because Sentai done screwed us over.
God damn it.
Damn it, Sentai.
Like, it could be some of the potential new broadcast dubs that Funimation brings in, which, by the way, Blood Blockade Battlefront better be one of them, and it better be on the Double Talk block once Tokyo Ghoul and Death Parade are done, or I'm gonna, like,
What don't you want up there? Just say it.
Please don't put Sarah at the end in there. Even though we all know it's gonna go in there, please don't.
I cannot wait if it does, because I love me some shitty-ass Seraph of the End. Oh, Seraph of the End, yeah. You are so dumb.
Personal preference, Blood Blockade Battlefront and Heroic Legend of Arslan would be for me.
I would like to see Legend of Arslan, and I would definitely like to see... I haven't got to watch BBB, because I've been
BBB
kind of
is
con
fantastic.
prepping. I've been prepping for con.
It's, the original manga is from Yasuhiro Natao, who also did Trigun.
Oh, this explains everything.
Yeah, and then the director, I did not see the show that she did. It was, begins with a K... Everyone loved it. I haven't seen it, but still, it's wonderful.
Is it K-Project?
No. It's something different. It's so colorful and shenanigans, but you will love BBB. You just have to watch it. You will love it. It's like nuts. It's insane. But yeah, I think BBB and Arslan should go on the double talk block, but that's just me. Anyway, we ramble so much.
Sometimes we don't, like, we pretty much just talk to each other on Twitter, so this is very, very few times we get to talk to each other over Skype.
Yeah. So, this is one of those cases where it's like, we just talk about shit. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for, announcements for me to cover, let me know in the comments. If there's a show you think that Megan and I should accomplish our bet and go through with it on, let us know. Even though it might be Terran Resonance, let us know. But, I think that's it for today. I'm pretty sure we thoroughly covered the Noragami announcement and then some. So, yeah, I guess
I will hopefully see you next time, for something else.
Yay!
And other fun times and silliness.
Yeah, thank you for coming and joining me once again. I know we were both so excited about this one.
I was like super pumped because I was at the con. I'm like, I get to go on another person's podcast. I get to go on another person's show.
Woo!
Again, I get to do another crossover.
Yay!
If you've somehow randomly found where I actually work, because I use my real name, I don't use my Twitter, you can check out all of the stuff we just did at Florida Anime Experience. We have interviews with Trina Nishimura, Brina Palencia, Spike Spencer, and Tiffany Grant coming up.
Yay!
That we did.
I'll let you promote things, because you're wonderful coming here.
I love you so much, so that's why. You are so much fun to talk to.
We have just the weirdest conversations. It's wonderful. So yeah, I guess with that, we will say goodbye. So, say your goodbyes, Megan.
Goodbye, Megan.
That works. Until next time, folks, otaku on, my friends.